Get ready for the biggest shakeup in Formula One history. The International Automobile Federation President Ben Sulayem is making a massive statement, declaring that V8 engines are coming back to the grid. We dive deep into what this means for the sport and how soon we can expect this iconic sound to return to the track.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALAN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Formula 2 is looking to expand its footprint across the entire continent. Formula 2 CEO Bruno Mitchell has shared his vision, revealing that the series would absolutely love to grow its presence across North America, and we explore the logistics and the exciting possibilities for F2 in the United States and beyond. Lando Norris is questioning if McLaren truly maximized everything at the Miami Grand Prix. We break down the intense race action, Lando Norris's honest assessment of the team's performance, and the crucial pit stop decision that changed the outcome for the Papaya squad. But the V8 return is not a simple story. Toto Wolff has thrown a serious warning to the FIA about the risks of abandoning electrification, while Ben Sulayem sets a timeline for the V8 comeback. Don't miss this full breakdown of the engine wars and what the future of Formula One truly looks like. Subscribe now for more. Formula One is reportedly moving to reinstate V8 engines in the sport, signaling a potential shift away from the current hybrid powertrain configuration. The governing body, the International Automobile Federation, FIA, has indicated a strong desire for a simpler and less complex power unit than the existing 1.6-liter V6 hybrid. During the Miami Grand Prix, FIA President Ben Sulayem stated that the change is imminent, suggesting it is only a matter of time. He indicated that the FIA aims for the V8 return in 2030, contingent upon a vote by the manufacturers, a move that is reportedly gaining momentum among them. Ben Sulayem expressed confidence, stating, "I'm positive they want it to happen, but let's say the manufacturers don't approve it. The next year it will happen. In 2031, it's done anyway. It will be done. V8 is coming." The new V8 power unit is expected to feature very minor electrification, a key distinction from the heavily electrified powertrains introduced for the 2026 season. This move is seen as a significant step toward potentially improving the racing pace. Industry analysis suggests this development is welcomed by those who have been critical of the V6 hybrid era, as the current push toward increased electrification has not yielded expected performance improvements. Manufacturers are anticipated to be eager for a return to simpler power units. The FIA confirmed that more details regarding the new power unit will be released soon. Formula 2 has officially made its debut in North America, competing in the Miami Grand Prix for the first time in its history. The move comes as the series navigates schedule changes following the cancellation of rounds in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, with a planned debut in Montreal later this month. Formula 2 delivered exciting action in Miami, featuring scintillating performances in both the sprint race and the rain-hit feature race, culminating in thrilling three-way battles on the final lap. CEO Bruno Mitchell expressed a desire for the championship to expand its footprint across the continent. Mitchell noted that the decision to compete in Miami was strategic, aiming to optimize costs by routing freight through America before trucking the series to Montreal. While discussing future expansion, Mitchell confirmed that discussions are underway regarding permanent fixtures on the calendar. He stated that while the prospect of a return is desired, integrating Miami into the schedule is logistically complex due to existing support races. Mitchell emphasized the importance of establishing a presence in North America, highlighting that it is crucial for Formula 2 to be visible there and to encourage American drivers, such as Sebastian Montoya and Colton Herta, to pursue opportunities within the F1 ecosystem. He stressed that the presence of F2 in North America is vital for the entire Formula One group, not just the feeder series, to foster future opportunities. McLaren's performance at the Miami Grand Prix saw Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri secure a second and third place finish respectively, marking a positive turnaround for the team after a challenging start to the 2026 Formula One season. The upgrades rolled out to the MCL40 were crucial, helping the team finally match the energy deployment of the Mercedes power unit used by championship leaders Kimi Antonelli and George Russell. Norris expressed satisfaction with the weekend, stating, "I think I'm just very happy with the situation we're in, which is we're fighting for wins or fighting for the win today, a pole, the sprint win." He acknowledged significant improvement, noting that the team had made such a big step in Miami. However, Norris admitted a degree of dissatisfaction, questioning whether the team had truly maximized everything. He highlighted a specific moment where the team could have performed better, pointing to a situation where he lost to race winner Antonelli, who executed an undercut, utilizing warmer tires to gain an advantage on the track. Team principal Andrea Stella concurred with the sentiment, emphasizing that while the pit stop timing was a decisive strategic factor, execution aspects also played a role. Stella stressed that the loss of time in the pit lane and in the in-lap meant the result was a combination of driver action, the pit stop itself, and in-lap execution. He concluded that while the team had done a great job making McLaren competitive, they did not fully capitalize on the opportunity on Sunday. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has issued a nuanced statement regarding the return of V8 engines to Formula One, balancing the nostalgic appeal of the classic power unit with the necessity of embracing electrification. While Mercedes is open to new engine regulations, Wolff cautioned against abandoning the shift towards electric power, arguing that the sport must remain relevant to the modern world. Wolff acknowledged Mercedes' affinity for V8s, citing their strong memories and the high-revving nature of the engines. However, he stressed that relying solely on combustion power might render the sport outdated by 2030 or 2031. He proposed a hybrid solution, suggesting the extraction of significant horsepower from the internal combustion engine ICE, alongside supplementary electric energy, potentially aiming for 800 horsepower from the ICE and 400 from electric sources. Despite this openness to hybrid solutions, Wolff emphasized the need to address Mercedes' current performance gaps in energy management, stating that the challenge lies in integrating sufficient battery power to maintain relevance. He confirmed that Mercedes would support well-planned and structured discussions if they lead to a viable racing engine. Meanwhile, the FIA President, Ben Sulayem, offered optimism regarding the timeline for V8s. He indicated that V8 engines could return to the grid by 2030, 1 year ahead of the maturity of current regulations, asserting that the FIA will have the regulatory power to implement this change without manufacturer votes. Ben Sulayem also suggested that the next engine formula would involve minimal battery power, focusing primarily on the engine itself. Wolff maintained that a significant change to the engine regulations would not materialize in the short term, as the current formula expires in 2030. However, he expressed openness to mid-term tweaks, specifically calling for greater straight-line mode boosts and increased straight-line speed, suggesting that the focus should be on optimizing the current setup rather than radical short-term changes. The discussion underscores a tension between historical preference, technological evolution, and the future direction of Formula One.